Hello and a very warm welcome to the Insider Essay, your guide to living better. Join us today as we explore the theme of beauty. Discover how Nikki Simmons built her baking business on Instagram. Find out how Mr. World SA and Mr. Gay World SA are proudly united with purpose in their pursuit of championing what it means to be a modern man. Meet Ouma Tema, the woman who's designing plus-size fashion to empower women to feel beautiful. Experience an arts and craft center helping individuals to unlock their creative potential. Be inspired by big wave surfer Frank Solomon, who's on a mission to preserve our ocean's beauty. And see how the Challengers Club are empowering an entrepreneur who's providing opportunities to South Africans. First up in our beauty theme, showstopper cakes from an Instagram achiever. Childhood friends turned business partners Carmen de Rijk and Nikki Simmons realized a lifelong dream of launching an online-based confectionery business named Sweet Lionheart. It's known for its delicious treats and beautiful creations, which are displayed on their popular Instagram page.
Name Sweet Lionheart, it's actually derived from a song from an artist called Porter Robinson, who's got a song called Lionhearted. That song kind of played a large role in a turning point in my life when I had decided to start the business. The name originally was Lionheart, and we had to make a change to Sweet Lionheart just to suit the sphere that we find ourselves in, being the baking world. Growing up, I used to spend a lot of time in the kitchen with my mum. Didn't really bake much with her. Used to bake with my gran more, but I ended up going to graphic design after school, and I slowly started to fall in love with food photography and styling as I was working for an online food magazine. And I subsequently started a food blog with my mom. Going into the pastry side of things, I found a very natural translation of my love for design into an edible world that happened to be filled with sugar.
In addition to the background Nikki already had, much of what she learned came from watching YouTube videos and tutorials done by other bakers from around the world.
I creative direct the process, but I also like to encourage my team to take initiative, take lead on their own ideas, whether it be from design to flavor profiles, new product ideas. It is very much a collaborative effort. I do work with a web developer to keep things running smoothly, but a lot of the process is done in-house to bring our product out to our clients.
So I'm kind of the main baker, only baker as we like to say. So yeah, all the cakes, pretty much most of the cookies, macarons, almost anything you kind of eat, I make, and the girls make it look pretty. Oh no, it's kind of like baking with friends, to be honest. We all get along well, and it's an all-girl team, which is really cool. We got some music going generally during the day, and we just have fun, and we get to eat cake together, taste cool stuff. So yeah, it's about.
Unfortunately, we can't eat everything we make because we have to sell it. It is very tempting, but we do have to taste as we go to make sure that what we're putting out is the quality and standard that we want to put out there. I'm also type 1 diabetic, so I can't really eat everything. I am the only one in my family that is type 1, and I was diagnosed very late in my life, 24. I was 24 years old, and yeah, from the inception of the business, I've also always advocated moderation and balance. So treating yourself with quality ingredients and having less is more, you know?
After designing a cake for her then 29-year-old brother Michael, her unique design was born. This cake is now known to customers as Astronomica, and its creation launched the signature style of Lionheart.
I know this looks a lot like something you would find in an art shop, some sort of paint, but it's actually an edible food coloring that we are painting directly onto the cake. We like to approach what we do as a type of art. And yes, our cakes are like canvases for us, which also leads to every single cake design being unique with its own quirks. You also see, like, if the same cake design is executed by a different person, you can see that it has a different take on it, but it's the same design, same method, same technique. But everyone has their unique personality that they add to the end results. The beauty of what we do, we like to inspire creativity, teaching techniques that we use in our kitchen, but also seeing other people making it their own. Cool, and that's done. I am now ready to photograph.
Nikki's DIY approach extends to photography as she's realized the value in beautifully presenting her creations to the public.
I find myself in a very fortunate position that I'm photographing content that already speaks for itself. So the setup for photographing that we end up using for our social media is a very simple setup, and I really let the cake shine and speak for itself. The work 100% speaks for itself. I find with social media, content is consumed so quickly that what you're creating is going to exist for such a short period of time. Yes, it'll be on your feed, but people glance at it and they move on. So it is difficult because you have to keep creating content, but that's also why I say just create it. You'll learn as you go, you'll do better next time. So don't worry about slight strange angles or, like, don't overthink things. Just make it, learn, put it out there, and the people will come. The journey of Sweet Lionheart has been very unexpected for me. I never thought that we would be here. I would love to continue sustainably growing a business that will inspire people all across the world, but also looking after a team that will continue to be a female team. And who knows, maybe we open up in London, New York, Paris, all of those amazing places. I'd love to go international, but yeah, baby steps.
Nikki Simmons' story is one where passion and hard work have created a successful business through sharing beauty and deliciousness with the world. Coming up, meet the finalists and winners of this year's Mr. World SA and Mr. Gay World SA, who together are united with purpose. Following a break due to COVID, the Mr. World SA pageant returned this year to champion those who embody the ideals of what it means to be a progressive and inclusive modern man. Previous winner, top billing presenter Dr. Fezim Kize won the title in 2019 and went on to represent South Africa in the Mr. World pageant in the Philippines, where he was crowned Mr. World Africa.
My experience as a previous title holder has been absolutely incredible. I think being Mr. World South Africa can almost be daunting at times, but then you remember exactly why it is you entered the competition and why you have the title. And with that, it has really allowed me to have the confidence to go out there and try unite people with the purpose. With regards to tips for the contestants, just be yourself. Confidence shines through, and that's the most important thing when you're coming into a title such as this one. You want people to come to you to galvanize and to move forward together.
From all of the hopeful entrants around South Africa, the top 15 were selected to compete as finalists for their shot at the title.
Pageants are a lot more intricate than people think. It's not just about looks. There's a whole lot of components that come into it. Personality, values, morals. So when I look at a pageant, it's more about a person who fits a characteristic of a public figure.
So coming into this competition, I was prepared for something. I had an idea, I had like a vision of what was going to happen. But coming in, everything changed. I met these wonderful guys around me, and they've taught me so much. They've taught me more than I could ever learn. All that I can tell you for anyone that could potentially enter Mr. World is don't come in here with a vision. Just come in here to learn, to grow, and to see where life takes you.
I found out that I was in the top 20 and I had to get ready. So I went to the gym, obviously did my prayers, and from there, bruh, it's been what you see right now.
I first got the news and I was like, oh my, I was shocked. But then I wanted to come here and represent every black child who thought that they cannot be here and be represented.
I've been working on myself, becoming the best version of myself. I know that I possess more, and being here is to actually just to transfer the energy that I have to other people, because the aim is to inspire and pave the way for other people.
For this competition, first of all, I didn't think I was going to make top 20, let alone the final 15. For me, I use this platform as meeting new people and engaging with people. Just walk your own race, and that's the motto that I'm following for this, and that's the way to go.
So when it comes to preparation, what I did, I was always struggling with self-confidence. So one thing I was just doing at the moment is to just get the confidence, just to talk in front of full crowd and all that. So that was my strategy, just to be myself and be confident.
I really wanted to come into the competition and just be myself and enjoy this process and learn about the journey of United with a Purpose. And at the end of the day, I'm walking away here with so much wisdom about myself and about amazing finalists that I got to meet.
This year's event was held at Galleria in Sandton and was broadcast via livestream. The finalists were dressed by local designers, and the choreography was designed to highlight each finalist's strength.
It's like a cover of a magazine. Every time you look at something, it draws your attention. And when it draws your attention, you actually tend to look further and deeper. So image is very important for the look of the new Mr. World South Africa, because at the end of the day, they need to draw attention and look presentable and respectful.
The judges included renowned journalist Bongani Bingwa and media personality Boipelo Mabi.
So as the judges of Mr. World South Africa, what we're looking for over and above the good looks and the six-pack was obviously someone who had a purpose, someone who stood for something and who would be able to share that with South Africa and be a strong representative for South Africa on the international stage. But I have to say that seeing these men on the stage for me gave me so much hope that there's so much more that we can do and there's so much more to celebrate.
The selection process is not just about who wins for South Africa in South Africa. It's about who wins for the country internationally on the global stage. We want somebody who understands us, who is connected to our reality, our challenges, and our aspirations. But we also want somebody who can represent us on the global stage. We're going to be competing with the best of the best from the rest of the world.
In third place was marketing director and model Busa Mbele, with second runner-up going to natural bodybuilder and athlete Anthony Siganadzi. This year, the crowning title went to actor Sean van Noordwyk, best known for his role as Rates from Getrouwd met Rugby.
I still don't think that it has sunken in completely. I think I'm gonna have a really nice rest tonight, and then probably tomorrow I'll try and remember what happened tonight. But what this means to me is the fact that I came in with this competition, I had a vision. I believe that I can use the platform of Mr. World South Africa. I can work with an amazing team, and I can make my vision even broader, reach more people, especially the youth, because that's what's most important to me.
We wish Sean van Noordwyk the very best for his reign as he uses his new title to inspire positive change. As part of the Mr. World SA pageant, under the overall theme United with Purpose, a Mr. Gay World SA was held for the first time.
We've got two pageants, one being Mr. World South Africa and then Mr. World Gay SA. And the whole purpose was United with Purpose. Men, no matter what your background, what your sexual preference, religion or anything is, we stand together. We stand together as brothers, stand together against bullying, no matter what people say. And together we can fight a fight that has been ignored for so long.
12 finalists vied for this year's title, which saw them competing in a week of activities before arriving at the main event.
come from all around South Africa. We are short, we are thin, we are fat, we are bent. So I think it's important that there's this equal representation of people, people with scars, people who appear perfect, and for all of those people to represent what it is to be a part of the gay community.
This outfit is very, very dramatic. I love it. It's me in clothing. It's very dramatic. These are the pants we'll be wearing. I'll be working on them tonight.
The finalists were from all over South Africa and included a diverse range of backgrounds and professions, from banking, mental health, reality TV, and fitness.
It's not necessarily about being femme or being straight acting or stuff like that. I think you need to be grounded as well, be able to communicate and engage with people, because at the end of the day, it's not about you. It's about every gay person out there, whether lesbian, bisexual, whatever. You are a representative for them.
I think it's very important. I think for us to stand up, to be proud within ourselves. I think it's very important, especially these days where there's stereotyping going on, bullying going on.
I think the pageant is very important for the LGBTQIA+ community because, when Mr. Gay World is crowned, that person should lead as an example for the whole community. And they look up to that person. So it is definitely very important.
I think the biggest competitor at this stage for each one of the guys is ourselves. We have to face our own insecurities, walking down in underwear, putting yourself open to judgment from the public. So I think for each one of us, it is an internal struggle at this stage more than an outward struggle, because we are also such good friends that I would like to believe that whoever wins tonight deserves it, and all of us will support that person.
The event was organised by the inimitable Edith Venter.
Mr. Gay World South Africa pageant is about unity, is about supporting the LGBTQ community. And our slogan is United with Purpose, because we feel the gay community is very much part of everything and very much part of South Africa culture.
Good evening, Mzansi, and welcome to the Mr. Gay World 2021. I hope you enjoy this evening. Pull up a chair, enjoy yourself, because this is going to be one spectacular evening.
Yes, that is true, but I'm not as happy as him. I'm super nervous, so...
I'm excited. I want to go on stage. I want to give my best. I got my favorite art. I want to show the world who I am.
Excitement, excitement, excitement. I can't wait to start. I can't wait to show everyone what we've worked for this whole week. So very excited.
Judges at this year's pageant included media personality Alan Ford and editor of LGBTQI community newspaper Exit, Dumisani Dube.
These gentlemen are very powerful gentlemen in their own right. It's not about their bodies, it's not about where they come from, but it's about what they represent as individuals.
This is a pillar to the community to some extent, because this representative goes overseas. They get to speak with a South African voice for the LGBT+ community, but most importantly, get to speak for South Africa and how wonderful we are as a country, how progressive we are as a country, and how we have one of the most progressive constitutions in the world.
I think this event tonight has been absolutely incredible, and having been overseas to kind of see how things were done in the Philippines, we really are meeting the standard, and I can only see things going up from here.
Runner-up was Bongi Nkosi Ndima, a 37-year-old reality TV star and mental health campaigner from KZN, followed by Shannon Canagan, a 27-year-old banker from Benoni. TV presenter Lo Breitenbach of Boksburg was crowned this year's winner. The 31-year-old founder of his own drama school says he plans to use the platform to raise awareness around mental health.
Ooh, the first reaction, I think it was a bit of disbelief, a lot of excitement, and I think it's nerves and excitement and disbelief all running through your veins at the exact same time. And then with that, so appreciative of the gentlemen that walked that stage with me, because there's such an amazing group of guys, and I know it could have been any one of us. I think the responsibility and the role of a title holder in this is so important, because we're not just looking for another cover boy or another model with abs and pecs. We need someone in the community driving change, and someone who's going to work for this title and represent all the members of our community, and to start doing more about awareness for those underrepresented within our larger community.
It's fantastic to see how platforms such as Mr. World SA and Mr. Gay World SA are not only concerned with external beauty, but the importance of a strong mind and a beautiful heart. Next on the Insider SA, meet designer Ouma Tema and learn about the philosophy behind self-love and creating clothes for plus-size women. Born in a small township in Limpopo, Ouma Tema grew up in a world where fashion did not reflect her identity. Deciding to take matters into her own hands, she started making her own plus-size clothes and sharing them on social media.
Plus, it was born out of frustration, right? Every time when I went to stores, everything said grandma, and I didn't think I was a grandma. I really thought, I wanted to go out on a date and I wanted to look cute, and there wasn't, outfits available for me to do that. And as they say, life gave me lemons, and I made lemonade. I started in the boot of my car, right? And as the business started growing, I needed to have a place where I could actually sell these outfits. And I was staying in an apartment, and my garage was a roller door garage. And I thought, maybe I could use this garage to start my business and build a studio.
The power of positive thinking has been a key determining factor in allowing Omar Temer to self-actualize and reach her full potential.
When you believe in something, you must always make sure that your mind is at a place where you see yourself in the future. So we treated our garage as a studio because we believe that that's our studio, that's our pride and joy. So every step in your business should be your pride and joy, but you must always never lose the sight of the bigger picture that you have. We wanted this, right? We wanted a fully fledged factory and all of that. And today we have it. And now we're thinking of another dream, But the dream that we have, our mindset has always been about appreciating and living in that moment. My source of inspiration for the work I do and all of the collections that we've come up with has always been at the core first, is it what I would like to buy? Is it something that I will put my money on? That for me is the first thing. We're not about what's trendy. No, let's do it quickly. No, we're about, timeless outfits that are beautifully made, and that makes you comfortable. Hiding the part that we don't like to show, but also accentuating the part that we really like.
Omar Temer now owns a fully fledged factory with a growing team of dedicated employees and partners who share in the vision, like her dedicated executive personal assistant, Tessa Dlamini.
We are very unconventional. Our way of doing things is out of the ordinary. So OT would feel inspired and she'd just go like, you know what, Tess, I feel like I want something like this with sleeves like that. And because I get what she's saying, we work together with the guy who does our custom-made outfits. Then we pick a fabric. Sometimes we go through a few samples before we get it right. And for the dress that I'd like to show you, we pick this fabric. It's on the production floor right now, so we can go ahead and I'll show you exactly how it's done. Before we can get to the mass production, we have to actually do just one garment to test it out. The pattern has to be there. The size has to be done in exactly OT size so that she can wear the garment and be comfortable with it and see that it fits properly for a big girl. As you can see, Fumi is already hard at work cutting the dress so that it is exactly how we want it to be. This dress has 2 fabrics and an elastic, so 3 different people will have to work on the dress. So every single machinist knows exactly what their role is in perfecting the dress. We are here being the change that we want to see because we believe that plus-size women can be fabulous, can be plus, and can be gorgeous, and indeed they can still look amazing. Ours is just to challenge the status quo and make you see what we see in ourselves.
Every girl needs a swimwear. This is what you do when you want to let people know who you are. This is what you do. You come rocking up with a PlusFab swimwear. So that's what we do. We've got swimwear, different kinds of swimwear. And we also have really worked on the swimwear. It's very comfortable. It covers everything. It holds everything. So it's quite nice and it's beautiful on the skin. So no excuse not to go to the beach or the pool party. We're gonna send you that invite. No excuse, none whatsoever. Winter is coming. And here we have a perfect dress for this winter. And this is a beautiful dungaree kind of skirt and a beautiful kind of jersey top. It's warm, it's fashionable. The nice thing about it is that you can wear this alone with another top, and you can wear this top alone with another bottom. And it shows your figure and hides all the parts of your body you don't want to see. And I am wearing one of my favorite dresses right now as well. I really love how easygoing this dress is, and it's one of those dresses that you can wear up and down. You can wear it with flats, you can wear it with high heels, and you can also wear it in winter and also in summer really, because the fabric breathes and it's so nice, and it doesn't hold the stuff of the body that you don't like to hold. So I really like those kind of dresses. We have been at this thing for 10 years, right? And now we thought, you know what? All the plus-size women have trusted us to take them to weddings as guests, to take them to their first day at work, to take them to somewhere for something. Surely they can trust us to take them down. And we have come up with dun, 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 bridal collection. I am so excited about this venture because a lot of plus-size women don't really get to shop for the beautiful, comfortable wedding dresses. You know how it is when people say, my dress is so uncomfortable. Why is my dress so uncomfortable? Or, oh, my dress don't get, the boobs are not covered correctly and all of that. So we wanted to say to plus-size women, we get you. If there is anybody who gets you, it's us. And we're gonna do wedding gowns that speaks to just that. That makes sure that everything it is where it's supposed to be. Whatever your insecurities are, whatever issues you think you have, we are going to listen and we're not gonna judge. We're just gonna make sure that every single issue you want us cover, it's covered in style. Because there's no second take in wedding pictures. One picture, it's gone. So we want to make sure that you look your gorgeous self, one take. So we're gonna be launching different kinds of styles, different kinds of silhouettes, and this week we're gonna be launching this very one behind me, which is really a trumpet kind of look, heavily embedded, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the other thing about it is that it's got also like an additional belt in it, so you can actually be on a tra-la-la, and then you don't have to actually get off this dress. You can just take it off, take the tra-la-la off, and you've got like a reception dress.
What I love most about PlusFab garments is that they are not just the right size. They cover and fit everything on your body comfortably, and it's a very, very unique style. It's not something that you'll just find anywhere. It gives you that soul and comfortable feeling, that flair of fabulousness.
PlusFab is not just the right size. We give you the fabulosity, the flair, and the awesomeness. When I started this brand, I did not want it to be about making a size bigger. I wanted it to be about finding something that is amazing, that is fashionable, and that gives you the ultimate confidence. Here at PlusFab, we don't just sell you a dress, we sell you the confidence, we sell you the self-love and the self-assurance. That's what we're all about.
Omar Temer reminds us that sometimes when we don't like the way that things are, we need to be the ones to change them. Coming up, see how Gqeberha-based business A Piece of Art are helping individuals to unlock their potential. And see how pro surfer Frank Solomon is educating youth about preserving the beauty of our oceans. Since opening their doors in Gqeberha Arts and Crafts Centre, A Piece of Art has provided the tools and the space to help unlock artistic talent, realize creative potential, and learn important life skills by making beautiful objects. Go-getter, founder and owner Nelmarie Oosthuizen shares her business journey.
Hi you guys, welcome to A Piece of Art in Port Elizabeth. Let's get creative. A Piece of Art started in 2005 in a small little town outside Port Elizabeth. And it was a dream came true because I decided that I had to have a business before I turned 30. And my birthday is on the 7th of May, so on the 1st of May, I started my business. And since then, we've grown, we've moved to Port Elizabeth and we grew into a much bigger shop. You'll see on the wall, it says, this is not a story of success, it's a journey of grace. And that's all I can say. If it wasn't the road that the dear Lord would like me to walk, this would not have been a success. I actually studied psychology and industrial psychology. And while I was busy with a master's degree, I made the connection that there's so much worth in working with your hands, those actions, what it can do for yourself. And that's actually how the concept started. And then I had this dream of teaching women all about these things. But then I needed some stock, because for me to go and buy things from another store and then try and incorporate it was too expensive. And then the whole shop started. When I'm not here, I'm normally at a school or a children's home where we specifically do art therapy. So there we use the advantages of creativity and crafts to teach people how to handle life better. But what's actually more important to me and a passion to me is also development through being creative.
The space is jam-packed with a variety of arts and crafts, as well as rooms that can host kids' parties and creative workshops. As the business grew, Nelmarie knew she needed the right support.
The reason I decided to become part of Capitec is because I just heard good things about them. So when Jason came in the day and he said to me, would I be interested in hearing about Capitec? I said to him, where can I sign? And he was laughing and I was saying, no, I'm very serious. It was all done in my shop. Someone came to my shop and I did the rest online, so I never had to go and visit a branch. And that helped me, especially with me struggling to have enough time. One day I locked myself out of banking with the wrong password because this is now a new account and it was on a public holiday and I was thinking, no, that's it. I'll have to wait for the bank to open. And I just went onto their site and I tried a little bit here and there and they actually phoned me and they helped me there and then to change my password and I could continue with my work. We have workshops through the week where people can come individually, like today we have a family here to join us. And then also on Saturday mornings we've got classes and we do a lot of different crafts, from resin pouring, acrylic pouring, mosaic, scrapbooking, beading. And we also have a nice workshop about cement art that we're going to do. And also we have children's parties.
Joining A Piece of Art to mark Father's Day with his two sons, Pau and Luetu, is popular Umhlobo Wenene radio DJ and breakfast show co-host, Pastor the DJ.
Pastor's my nickname. My real name is Piwe Sisanda Nozeo, born in the Eastern Cape. I do the biggest radio show in the country. It's breakfast on Umhlobo Wenene FM. We've got about 3.3 million listeners. Not only am I a radio person, I'm also a DJ, I'm also a music producer, I'm a father, an entertainer, MC. I try and dabble into other things just for the fun of it. I'm always curious, always want to challenge myself. So in a nutshell, I'd say that's who Pastor is. I had my first child at the age of 28. I was scared of the idea of being a father because here is an opportunity for you to be an inspiration to someone. You have to mold this person into being the model citizen at all times. I always have to be an example and set an example to my children because the people they end up being, it's exactly what I put into it. So at all times, I have to make sure that I try and set the right examples for them. My boys, they're very quiet, very creative. They love their own space. But more than anything, they're the sweetest children in the world. I just enjoy how they turned out to be. They're always absorbed into themselves. If they're not drawing, one is on their phone or they're doing something else, playing a video game or whatnot. They're not outgoing. They don't like to be out playing bicycles out there. It's always about, using their hands. And I think that's what's beautiful about the experience for today, because we get to be in our own zone and just focus on doing craft.
You can have a look over there, and you guys as well. We can do a nice piece of paper on here, and then on there on the sides as well. Okay.
What I enjoy about making things like I've done today is that you get a chance to reach outside your comfort zone and try out new things and be creative and just enhance your skill set.
I really do love art, and I do like spending time with my dad. His personality is just someone I love, and someone that you want to be with all the time, and he really makes funny jokes and all.
The beauty of creative expression, in the last 2 hours that we were here working on these projects, I noticed how focused we were. There was that silence. It was comfortable. It was peaceful. We enjoyed it. It was therapeutic to a certain extent. It's something that I'd love to come back and do again. Perhaps giving yourself an hour or two a week just to sit down and focus on something. It really does heal. There's just something about it that calms you down.
A piece of art for the future, I would hope, would bring some love and tranquility for people that visit us. And I want this to be a place of hope where people can come and just relax and break away from every day and all the problems and realize that there's still a lot of hope to look forward to.
If you would like to get creative, you stand a chance of winning a 1,000 Rand cash prize. Simply reply to the competition post on the insidersa.co.za social media platforms using hashtag CapitechLiveBetter. T's and C's apply and can be found on the Insider SA website. Frank Solomon is a big wave surfer and founder of Parley South Africa and Sentinel Ocean Alliance. Together with his team, they work to educate, create opportunities, and inspire future generations to appreciate the beauty of our ocean.
I grew up in Hout Bay my whole life. I used to live up the road, and it just happened by chance that the Big Wave Africa, which was a big wave surfing contest in front of the Sentinel right there, all the best big wave surfers from the world used to come and stay at this house. It just happened to be the house next door to mine. And I was seeing these guys, these jet skis, and I was like, well, I want to go out there. And that kind of started my obsession with big wave surfing, which led to my career in big wave surfing. And this beach and this area has really given me everything that I have. When I was growing up, when the waves got bigger and bigger, I realized there's less and less people out, and I felt very comfortable out there. So it's really hard to explain, but that's what I do and that's what I love. It happened surfing out at Landudno, my local beach, and it was always the most pristine beach out of all the places I've been. And one day I went down, there was, for whatever reason, a bunch of plastic had washed up, and I'd never seen it because it was so clean and the sand's so white, it stands out. I just suddenly realized what a mess we were making. That was the main switch to use big wave surfing and what I'm doing to try and make a small difference. Basically, I started with Waves for Change. Waves for Change really do such incredible work. And I reached out to them and I was like, hey, I want to start something in Hout Bay. What do I need? And they were like, you need coaches and you need a place for boards. And that's kind of where we started. We found Chadwin and we found Anele from the Mizamietu community and trained them to be coaches. And we built the Waves for Change container, which is the one on the bottom there. And they have 300 or 400 kids a week coming through their program. The next step was to build the Lifesaving Club. We started Hout Bay Surf Lifesaving Club. We got 3 or 4 local guys trained. The club's going amazing. We have training every Sunday. We have 60 or so super young little kids, nippers coming and training from the communities. Upstairs, we have the Parley Ocean School, where we educate kids on the environment, why we need to protect it. And if we can get the kids when they're young, teach them about the ocean, teach them why we need to protect it, maybe they can be conscious citizens of our country and of our planet. So yeah, that's the plan. And I'm super proud of everyone that's here and everyone that's helped me make it happen. It's quite emotional for me sometimes because literally when I came down here, I sat in my car and I was like, I'm going to do this thing, And there was nothing here. 10 people have permanent jobs here. People come down, have coffee.
Last year, the first permanent Parlay Ocean School in Hout Bay was opened. The 40-foot educational container hosts sessions dedicated to deepening a physical, scientific, and cultural understanding of the marine environment.
I never even knew that marine biology existed. Someone had to tell me about marine biology. It took me 2 years for me to actually know that I can study something in the ocean. So fast forward 7 years, I'm a marine biologist, and it kind of took me back that if actually someone told me about marine biology, there's someone out there that needs to know about marine biology. That's why I decided to take a little bit of detour and teach about our conservation and marine biology, because you never know, you can actually change somebody else's life. Here at Parlay Ocean School, I'm the educator, so we try to educate the kids about plastic pollution. We all know how much of a threat that is to our oceans. We're not only sitting the kids down for an hour, we have 8 different topics for 8 weeks. So the first week we teach the kids about how our oceans generate the air that we breathe, which a lot of people don't even know that. The only thing that the plants on land generate the air that we breathe, but our oceans actually do that too. So we do a lot of activities with the kids, and you know how a lot of kids don't have swimming pools? So the Tender Type program actually helps them to learn how to swim, to be ocean water safe. There is a lot of drowning that happens out there, so we try to prevent that by teaching the kids how to swim in the oceans.
School started at Landadno, Life Saving Club, where we went for like the development training. That was basically a process of 2 to 3 years. And yeah, that's when we also opened up Hout Bay Life Saving, and from here we've been passing on the skill to other people.
Lifesaving changed my life, but before that I already loved the ocean, but I wasn't very much interested in actually being fully engaged with the ocean. Before I thought, nah, the ocean is just there like to cool down whenever it's a hot day. Now it's more like a second home. It motivates kids to do something with their lives because they're actually seeing me doing something good with my life and not just hanging around up in the community, and at least can be at the beach and do something fun.
I want to create ocean guardians out of these kids, kids that are from the communities that really care about our environment, really want to protect it, but then also have opportunities into the ocean economy. They can become surf instructors, they become lifeguards, they can go and work on super yachts, they can go and study marine biology if they really care about protecting the oceans. So for me, it's really about giving kids from these communities, giving them the opportunities that I had, that we all had growing up. The future is bright for them, and I'm so lucky to have them.
Through empowering the youth, Frank Solomon's aim is to inspire a generation to become more conscious, healthy, and responsible for the environment. Coming up, connect with the Challengers Club and see how they are supporting the social entrepreneurship of award-winning CEO Baratang Mia.
Simplify banking. Live better with Capitec.
The Challengers Club brought together mavericks and changemakers for a black tie auction event in Johannesburg to raise funds for the campaign chosen to help unlock the potential of South Africa's people.
Glenfiddich is the world's most awarded single malt. So what does that mean? In order to be a leader, you have to somehow initiate change. So it's not about creating the wave, but it's also about being the wave. So what we always want to do with our brand is we want to make sure that we inspire that maverick spirit in everything that we do. And what better way to do it than to do it through inspiring future mavericks? I'm so proud of tonight because it's the end of a 6-month campaign, and we're super proud of the ability of the brand to use our networks to be able to facilitate the change that we need to be, and to get to this evening where we actually start backing the benefactor of the Challengers Club, somebody so incredibly relevant to South Africa and somebody who's so passionate about moving South Africa forward.
The solution chosen was Buza, a localized digital education app by Baratang Mia, tech entrepreneur, advocate for education and empowerment, and CEO of Girl Hype. Her beautiful idea was born from her experience growing up in the small town of Klerksdorp. We joined Baratang as she revisited the area and her brother Daddy Jabani.
I'm a self-taught coder. I started coding when I was 33 years old. And, you know, for me, that was the spark. It's just triggered something inside me that this is what we need to be teaching in schools. And I started with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and then I went to Java, I've done Python, I've done so many languages, because what happened was the moment I learned coding, I realized this is a powerful tool to teach other people. Then I started teaching in schools.
Providing opportunities and upskilling all South Africans from any walk of life has become Baratang's life work, and an app to learn digital skills in your first language has become her long-term vision.
Coming from being a black South African who went to a township school, I know that the biggest challenges for me in the tech industry is language. I don't speak English first language, and there's language that we call technical language. So to learn both at the same time, it's more challenging than someone who speaks English. So we wanted to create an app that will be able to build this inclusive digital education where everybody is included. So what Buza is doing is we teach people digital skills in their own mother tongue.
Backing Baratang, the Challengers Club auction was held to raise seed capital to help launch her passion project.
I care about South Africans. I care about people in the rural areas. I care about people who don't have access. It's my life, it's what I do. And to get Glenfiddich saying, and other influencers and other people saying, yes, you are thinking right, and yes, you can do it, and yes, we can support you. It changed the game altogether.
For me, it's always about exciting things and doing things that I've never really done before. And I think the Challengers Club was a great space to dive into, getting to meet people who are big thinkers, who are mavericks. And I thought, this is something that speaks to me and I can grow in my own ways through being part of the journey.
My hope is we get to launch a great application for South African students that actually gets used and adopted by teachers in the K-12 space, and hope also increase the chances of learners that are trying to go into STEM subjects.
Everybody knows I'm absolutely deeply involved in anything that talks about education, and particularly about the languages. When I heard about the project, the Buza, the app, without a doubt, I want to be part of this project to raise the funds to make sure that the app get to reach the people that need to be able to learn any sort of education in their mother tongue. This is groundbreaking. Nothing has ever been done like this in the world, and I'm just privileged to be part of the Challengers Club and to be able to raise the funds.
Connoisseur Lutando Jez has conducted many whiskey tastings and sourced a range of rare and desirable collector's item expressions.
I'm looking forward to an amazing evening. We're just supporting a cause, because it's not about really the expressions, but we're expressing as the brand on building other people.
You have a room of great mavericks, and it's a Challengers Club. It's an amazing platform with an incredible brand. So I'm looking forward to people coming together and remembering exactly why we're all here, championing this wonderful cause and digging deep to be able to do something for good.
I think it's really important for us to familiarize ourselves with charities that are doing things for young Black South African kids interested in the tech space. So with the app like Buza, I think it's beautiful that Glenfiddich is hosting this auction to give back, to young Black kids, underprivileged Black kids who are interested in the future and progressing our nation.
It's just a great space to be in at this moment, and for the fact that we're in a whole pandemic, but we're still making things happen, and there's still people out there that actually believe in beautiful ideas that they actually want to bring them to life. Like nothing beats just people getting together and supporting one another.
In addition to the auction on the night, Glenfiddich held a silent auction online to support the cause further.
I placed multiple bids. I won on 3. I think we came here with the understanding that whatever we bid on and win, it's not to have the same alcohol and the same. We're not bidding against each other. We are trying to add to the pocket of that entrepreneur's dream. That's what matters more than anything.
The evening was very beautiful. It went very well. Great networks, great fundraising, like seed capital. And I just want to say thank you for believing in what I do. And thank you for wanting to play your part in changing South Africa and making sure that we educate our nation.
The Challengers Club is proud to continue its support of changemakers, mavericks, and their innovative ideas. For more information on the guests featured in today's show, head over to theinsidersa.co.za. Join us again next week as we celebrate Youth Month with social entrepreneur Amonge, rising star Ntandose, and world record-breaking skateboarder Jean-Marc Johannes.
Another feel-good production.